So I think not being able to communicate or even talk about how I felt afterwards.
Mm.
I'll give you a story as well. There was a really good family friend of ours. God rest her soul. Her name's Dolores. She died last year. She was a great influence in my life. I want to say that. Like, um, in fact, she's she's responsible for some of the phrases that I say to this day. I'll get into that in a minute. But I remember she was driving past me one day, and she said she saw me with my head down. I might have been going to school or whatever. She said that she saw me. I was walking. I had my head down, and she didn't stop. She just watched me, and she was like, "Yeah, he's going through it." When I look back and hearing that in hindsight, I'm like, no one intervened. No one asked me, "Am I all right? How do I feel? What do you feel?" There was no aftercare. There was nothing. It's just get on with it. And I think that was really detrimental in terms of mourning, starting the mourning process, grieving, and just general welfare, right, of a young black guy, a young black boy. Yes, I was academic. Yes, I was of a certain intellect, and I think that was taken for granted by my family. Um, I've always been more mature at that stage. I'd always been more mature than I looked. So I kind of automatically was given that role of just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? I was, oh, it's King, he's all right, he can handle it. So yes, I could handle it, but the other areas start to, you know,
Mm.
be affected. So I did my GCSEs, and I remember one of the teachers was head of the maths department. Her name was Miss Brady. And she said to me, she pulled me to one side after class. She said, "King, now we are aware of what's happened in your family. Would you like us to take this into consideration for your GCSEs?" I said, "Absolutely not. There was no way I'm going to let you use that as an excuse. Because number one, my dad wouldn't allow me to." And even when I look back now and saying that to myself, saying that at that age, 14, 15, the strength to say that with conviction and not really even understanding why I'm saying it, because it built in you to just get on with things. And maybe it's cultural, maybe it's traditional, I don't know. It's just built in you. Just get on with it. Don't use these things as an excuse, blah 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 blah. When I look back now, I'm like, shit, like, how did I even formalize that? How did I even take that on board to verbalize that?
What do you think it was?
um I think it probably was my defense. Part of it is my defense mechanism. Yes, I know what's going on. I don't really understand it, so I don't really want to talk about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's just like, yep, cool, skip over it, next, all right? And I think that coupled with you're the man in the house, all of that stuff, it's compound. All of that compounds. So you don't know what to do with that. You're just like, all right, let me not deal with it because I'm not dealing with all this other shit. So I can't deal with that. So just skip over it. So I did my GCSEs. I remember the day I got my results, came in the post, and I got 2 A's, 3 B's, and 4 C's. I was devastated. I remember opening the letter. My mum was standing there, and it was a beautiful sunny morning. And the letter came, and I was anticipating it, and I was excited. And I opened it. My mum was standing next to me, and I told her the results. And she was like, "God, your dad would be really proud." And in my head, I was like, "Yeah, but I could have done it. I could have done a lot better." So yes, academics did fail. Not fail. Academics were affected by what happened. But at the time, I didn't just go on with it. It just was a case of, oh, whatever. But clearly it did. Clearly it did. I was always an A student. So for me to get C's was like, what the fuck is this? Do you know what I mean? And that was without even trying. So I think for me, once that happened, I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And then I went on to college, and I think that's when it kind of went downhill for me.